I've had this phone for about 2 years now. It's a really good phone. It's the phone I started vlogging with. I quite enjoy it, but 2 years time the battery is awful on it. I charge it overnight and then I have to charge it like mid-afternoon, and then I have to charge it in the evening if I make a phone call, and then I have to charge it overnight again. So it's pretty fair to say I need a new phone. I don't want to get an iPhone because they always crash around me. I'm a big fan of the Android system. If you go back and watch my moving house video, you'll see that basically lots of the stuff I own is Sony. This is a Sony Ericsson. You can see that just there. Sony recently have announced their split from Sony Ericsson, so now Sony make their own phones. So I thought to myself, well, I've got a Sony tablet which runs Android. I can get another Sony phone which runs Android. They'll be able to link up. It'll be really cool. Sony announced 3 phones, the S, the P and the U. I had a look at the specs, as you do when you're looking at tech stuff. Had to play with the S because that was out first. I found it was just too big in my hand, so I thought I'll go with the P. It's the same size as this phone, but better specced. And then it all went wrong. It was supposed to be out at the start of May. It wasn't. It's delayed. It's supposed to be out at the end of May. It wasn't, apparently. So I went into like Phones for You, Carphone Warehouse, called up Orange. All that happened was they tried to sell me another phone, or looked at me like I was mad for asking about this phone that they hadn't heard about. I don't understand how you'd work in a phone shop and not know about phone releases, but you know, maybe I'm just expecting too much. I decided though it's time to be proactive, so the U was on Orange's website, as was the S, so I called them up and I was like, hey, have you heard about this Xperia P? And they were like, no, it's not on our website. I was like, okay, but have you heard of it? And they're like, no. I can ask my supervisor. I was like, you go ask your supervisor. And they were like, no. I was like, okay. However, I had seen it on a website, on an Orange contract. So I went back on the website and looked at how to keep my number, because I've actually had the same number since I started having a mobile phone, which to me is quite impressive. I looked at the website and it said you can't port numbers from like one Orange contract to another Orange contract. And I was just like, but that doesn't make sense. I was just prepared for everything to go mental, because on one hand, I had a company who had my phone number, but not the phone. And on the other hand, I had a company who had the phone, but not my phone number. And I had to find a way to just make these two kind of hang out with each other and be like best friends. So I chatted to the woman on the phone and we worked out a contract which is slightly better than my current contract but slightly cheaper. And then they went to find out whether I could get the phone on it. Turns out, even though they have the phone in stock, they only offer it on new contracts, which means I couldn't keep my number. And it was just like, well, I want that phone and I want my phone number. This isn't the choice I want to make. And then they were like, okay, let me talk to my supervisor. If keeping your number is really that important to you. I was like, well, it is. It's my phone number. So they went and spoke to their supervisor. They agreed to do an upgrade through their system, which means I keep my phone number. I get the minutes, texts and data that I want, slightly better than I've currently got now, which is awesome. They're going to give me the Xperia U, which isn't the phone I want. But here's the mental thing. They're going to give me the money to buy the Xperia P. They're sending me through a cheque for £350 so I can go online and buy the phone I want. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know how I've managed to persuade them. I often tell people that I'm a good salesman and that I'm quite persuasive. And yes, part of that is true, but part of it is also just being a bit arrogant and a bit of a dick. But to actually manage to pull off some mental phone deal is awesome. I haven't got the confirmation email yet. As soon as it comes through, I'll pay for the phone, and then when I get the check through, I'll just pay that back. But still, what a great end to a mental phone saga. They also said that if I persuade anyone else to upgrade through them, all they have to do is quote my telephone number and they'll give me £50. So, my phone number is... I often tell people like it's the last of the Eskimos.